It's Elizabeth from the Toy Hoarder. Today I am back with some more Pixar Interactables figures. Now these are from the 7-inch scale posable figures, but they are also talking figures and interactable figures, and by that I mean that they actually interact with the other toys. What's cool about this is not only will they interact with other Toy Story toys in the Interactables line, but with every other character within the Interactables line. So I have been really loving these, you guys. I, of course, have all the Toy Story ones, so in this video series you will eventually see all of them. I believe I already showed you guys Zurg, so this one is the buddy packs. We've got Buzz Lightyear and Sheriff Woody to show you today. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get into this. Let's see, what do I need to tell you? Okay, these are made by Mattel for ages 3 and up. They are Disney Pixar toys. They are posable and they talk. I mean, that's pretty much everything, you guys. I will show you the back of the box here, in case you guys want to pause this and read anything. But of course I am going to tell you everything you need to know about the toy. So, don't panic. Alright, so there's the backs of the boxes. These are pretty easy to open up. They do have an instruction manual in the bottom, so you can open up the bottom of it if you want to take it apart. It just is kind of folded in here, so you can undo that if you'd like. But again, I'm going to show you everything, so you shouldn't really need it. Okay, each of these are attached with some eye tags, and I say that because they look like the letter I. We've got one across Woody's neck and one across his legs. Buzz looks like he has 3, one across his legs and one across each arm. So, if you cut those, it should come loose. Woody does also come with a hat, so we may need to pull this plastic apart from the cardboard to get him as well. But for right now, we will cut these 5 ties. And the figures should come right out. That being said, it is stuck on here. This one is like stuck in the joint in his arm. There we go. Okay. So that one is free. I don't know why I stood it back up like I would show you something cool in this box. The box is done, guys. Alright. So once you have actually detached these, you don't even have to really remove it. Like, this just comes apart and you can take it out. So super easy unboxing. Parents will have a great time with this. Some of the slightly older kids may be able to unbox it on their own if you've got any kids who are into that. So yeah, it wasn't a particularly super fun unboxing, I would say, but it's definitely not a super challenging one either. And I never know if the pointed part goes forward. I don't know, you guys, but anyway. Here are the 2 characters that I have just unboxed, and I have lots more to show you on them. So I guess I will do Woody first. His hat, of course, obviously does come off, and I'll show you up close the details on his hat. He does have the band around it, and the stitching, unfortunately, they are not separate colors. It's all one color mold, so he doesn't have the white threads and the I think it's a slightly darker brown band around the hat, and it also depends on which film you look at, I suppose. He's also missing some other crucial details that I'm always disappointed that the Mattel Woody is missing. But if you can see here, he's got the yellow checkered shirt, but it doesn't have any of the red. And they actually have engraved the lines where the red should go, but they unfortunately just didn't put any red there. So a little bit disappointing. He also should have a black and white, like, striped cord that goes around his vest that he doesn't have. There should be a slight difference in coloring on the spurs, probably. He should have a red jewel on his sheath, and I believe these little flaps and the ribbon thing were different colors, but it's all one mold and one color, which is kind of disappointing. He also should have a few white designs across his red bandana, but he's just got a red bandana. So there's a few things that they could have added some more details on, and especially since this was a newer release figure, they should have taken the time to actually do that, I feel like. Also, I'm kind of disappointed. I think this one is his sensor right here in the belly, but you can see it's like actually kind of see-through right here, and it's very obvious to tell even from a distance that he's got a big block on his belly, which is kind of odd looking. It's interesting too because his actual button is the sheriff's badge, which doesn't look as out of place because it's the shape of that sheriff's badge. So that's kind of interesting on that. As far as facial expression, I think it's the same standard one that we get in most of them. I don't think it was anything different. His battery compartment is in the back of his head. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and you are going to need 3 AG13 or LR44 batteries. Those are the smaller button cell batteries. They are most commonly in toys and things of this nature, so not that surprising. He does not have Andy written on the bottom of his boot, in case you were wondering, and I don't think Buzz does either. No. So, I mean, a couple of details that would have been nice to have seen this time around, but if you guys have any of the other posable Woodies, you will know this is something we've been wanting as collectors and fans for some time, and Mattel just has not delivered for us yet. That being said, there are some good details in here. We do have some stitching in the pants, including all along the sides and back seams of his legs, and then he's got some embossed pockets and some stitching around the pockets. There's even stitching around each of the belt loops. There's some good detail in here. I don't know why they just left out some of the color detail. Everything else is well detailed as far as texture. Oh, and his buttons. His buttons aren't painted either. He has buttons on each of his cuff sleeves that are not painted, and then he has buttons in his chest, which they are painted, but they're all white instead of having the silver in the center. So kind of interesting that I feel like they went to go all out, and then they were just like, I don't know on that. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but not all that surprising, I suppose, from other figures that we've seen. All right, let's talk about articulation on him. Wow, guys, nothing on the head. That's insane. I mean, it wiggles a little bit, but it's not supposed to. I definitely expected at least a head turn. I mean, I would want a full ball joint in the head, but we got nothing. It must be because of the electronics and stuff that are going on inside of his torso with the button and the sensor, I guess. I don't know, but that's super disappointing that we lost all articulation in the head. I'm surprised. Okay. He's got a full ball joint in the shoulder here. He's got a full ball joint in the elbow. Then we've got a twistable joint at the wrist. We've also got a twistable joint at the waist, and this is the extent of that joint. So it's not a full 360 degree, but he does actually have some posability there, so that's nice. He has a full ball joint in this leg here, so he can do a full split, which is crazy, but I mean, he's a ragdoll, so it's fine. It's not actually a ragdoll, I mean, it's entirely made of plastic, but the character itself is a ragdoll, is what I meant. Okay, he has a full ball joint in the knee, and he's got... Wow, okay, usually he has a twistable joint where the leg connects inside of this boot, but it looks like they got rid of that joint as well. So that's interesting. I feel a little gypped, I won't lie. Okay, well, we're missing head joints and, I guess, ankle joints or boot connection joints, which is a little bit sad, but it's also not the end of the world. The talking to each other feature was really what I wanted out of this particular toy. Although I do think they could have done a better job hiding this sensor. It's pretty bad. It's not even close to the same color, I feel like, so I don't know. Alright, let's hear some of the phrases he has to say. I'm going to move Buzz out of the way a little bit just to make sure that they don't pick up each other's sensors. Okay. This has two modes, both a single mode and an interactive mode. So he can just, you know, be a talking toy on his own. You can click the button and hear phrases. You can also click and hold the button for 2 seconds to hear additional phrases while he's talking by himself. And then when you set them up together, you set them up within 6 or 8 inches of each other and make sure that their sensors are not covered and are facing each other. And then you hit the button on each one of them, one after the other, to activate it, and then they'll start talking to each other. I believe you can also talk with like 3 or 4 of them at a time and just keep adding some to the group, which is kind of interesting, and maybe I'll do a video at the end where I see how many I can get to talk to each other all at the same time, but we'll see. And also, let me know if you want to see that video. Let me know in the comments. Alright, here we go, guys. I'm ready. Let's see what he has.
Howdy, little partner. I'm Sheriff Woody. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Are you ready for a great adventure?
Yes.
Hey, howdy, hey! I'm Sheriff Woody. Are you ready for a great adventure?
He should have about 5 before I start holding it down.
This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Let's get moving, pal.
There's one more.
Howdy, little partner. I'm Sheriff Woody.
Did we hear that one?
This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us.
You'd think I could remember the 5 phrases, but...
Are you ready for a great adventure? Let's get moving, pal. Hey, howdy, hey, I'm Sheriff Woody. Howdy, little partner. Are you ready for a great adventure? Let's get moving, pal. Hey, howdy, hey, I'm Sheriff Woody.
Alright, well, I don't know. I think we heard the 4 or 5 that he has, so then we can hold it down for a couple seconds, and he should get some newer phrases, so let's see what we can pull out of him.
Buzz, glad you're here. We need your help. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Oh, glad you're here. We need your help, Jesse.
Wow, that was really similar to the one for Buzz, so that's kind of disappointing.
Howdy, little partner. I'm Sheriff Woody.
Sometimes it'll start talking before I can hold it down for 2 seconds.
Oh, Peep, you're one of the kindest gals I know.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think that after I've done the 2-second one, it'll give me one that plays immediately, and then I'll be able to do a 2-second one again. So I can't quite do them back to back, so I apologize, but here we go.
Are you ready for a great adventure? Let's go, Slink. Let's get this rodeo started.
Okay, wait, hold on. Are we getting a Slinky as part of this series? Because right now we don't have Slinky Dog, but I would be down. Or Potato Heads, or Ham, or... Okay, as far as I know, there's Woody, Buzz, Jesse, and Zurg in this Interactables line, but I am down to see a lot more, you guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if they put a Bo Peep out, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen one yet, which is actually kind of weird to me because she was so popular in the 4th films. Alright.
Hey, Ham, what's new on your side of the fence?
Oh, yes. Please make a ham.
Howdy, little partner. I'm Sheriff Woody.
I really want them to make a Ham figure that when you put on his Mr. Potato Head hat, he starts saying phrases from Evil Dr. Porkchop, and when you take it off, he'll say phrases from Ham. I think that would be so, so, so cool, and I don't know why they haven't made it yet, but I need it. Okay.
Okay, time to round up some bandits.
Ooh.
Hey, howdy, hey, I'm Sheriff Woody. Come on, Bo, this ought to be a lot of fun.
Mm.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Sheriff Woody to the rescue! Yee-haw! Let's get moving, pal. I can't do this without you, Jesse.
Aww.
Howdy, little partner. I'm Sheriff Woody. Let's go, Ham. Let's get this rodeo started. Let's get moving, pal. I can't do this without you, Buzz.
Okay, so he's got a lot of really similar phrases, and then they just throw in another character's name, but there's a ton of phrases. There's probably more than this, but I don't want this to be like an hour-long video, so I'm going to put him in the background for now, and I'm going to show you everything you need to know about Buzz, and then, of course, we're going to have them talk to each other, and hopefully that will unlock some new phrases as well. So, let's bring Buzz out, and we'll get Woody's hat on, of course. His hat doesn't stay on very well. I guess you can kind of push it down, and that helps some. So now it stays on, and it doesn't fall off. You know, like one of those Blizzard tricks where you can, you know, hold the ice cream upside down. Anyway, I'm focused, you guys. I'm not thinking about ice cream. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about Buzz Lightyear. He does at least have a head turn, which is nice, because we did miss out on that on Woody. We've got a full ball joint in the shoulder, full ball joint in the elbow, and then a twistable joint in the wrist. And it looks like the same thing on the other side, even though he does have the buttons and laser. So this laser button and these red, green, and blue buttons are actually not buttons, you guys. The red one is a button. That is how he talks, not how he launches his wings. And if you look on the back, he does not actually have wings that launch out, which is super unfortunate, but probably because this is a battery pack now. So right here is where you are going to take his batteries out, right on the back of his jet pack in the center. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, and then it will take 3 AG13 or LR44 batteries. Alright, sorry to interrupt that for the rest of the articulation, but I also guess I didn't show you up close all of these details and things. He does not have a helmet either. Some of them have a half a piece of helmet, some of them have the full helmet that will go up and down, but he doesn't have any of the pieces of the actual glass or plastic helmet that goes around him. So that's a kind of interesting thing to note. Alright, this This is interesting. Okay, it looks like he's got a spinning joint where the top of this black waist piece connects to the top of his chest piece, and also... Oh, no, just at the top. Okay, I thought it might be at the top and at the bottom, but he just has that 360-degree spin right there in the waist. And then his arm is backwards, and it's kind of bugging me, you guys. There we go. Okay. He has a full ball joint in the thigh, full ball joint in the knee. All of these move really nicely. He doesn't have any joints in the ankle, which is honestly probably for the best. It makes it really hard to get him to stand. Also on the big Buzz Lightyears, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was real hard to ratchet them, and then it was difficult to get him to stand. It was not my favorite feature of that, to be honest. So a lot of the newer ones that they've been coming out with have just not had that, because I think that's a bet. I think it's a better bet, honestly. Okay, so that's everything on his articulation. Let's hear some of his phrases. Here we go.
Star Command, come in, Star Command. I've discovered a new planet.
Another thing people might want to know is if there is a compartment here, but there is no Star Command flip-up compartment, which is kind of sad. This laser button, since it's not a real button, means that this little laser bulb is actually not a little light or anything. And then none of these talking buttons work, which I kind of wish that they had left his wing button as a non-button and made his talking buttons the ones that made him talk. I think that would have been a better bet, even if it was all one button that you pressed, because this is really confusing that now the wing button is a talking button, and if you've got other Buzz Lightyear toys, that's going to be kind of confusing for the younger kids, I feel like. So I don't know that I like that, but oh well.
Ready, Space Rangers? All systems are go.
I also don't think he has a new facial expression. It's probably the same one that was on the 7-inch posable, but I'm not entirely certain about that. That's an estimated guess, and I don't know where my posable Buzz is right now.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. Star Command, come in, Star Command. To infinity and beyond. Ready, Space Rangers? All systems are go. There's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go.
Ah, I love that one. I don't even know why. Okay. All right, guys, I think we heard the 5 that he has initially, and then we can hold the button down for 2 seconds to get alternate phrases. Here we go.
Star Command will never give in to your evil plot to take over the galaxy, Zurg.
Wow, that was very detailed.
I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger. You appear peaceful and friendly, but time will tell.
Wow, Buzz.
To infinity and beyond.
I also feel like I should say that to people when I meet them.
Woody, grab your lasso. Let's go. Ready, Space Rangers? All systems are go. I am Buzz Lightyear. This is an intergalactic emergency. There's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go. Jesse, keep an eye out. You never know when danger will strike.
It seems like their extra phrases are to characters within their own world, but when they start talking to characters from beyond their world, like actually interacting with them, then they'll start getting phrases that are to characters beyond their worlds. That's what I've noticed from the ones that I've opened so far.
Hey, Bo Peep. Good to see you.
Aww.
Star Command, come in, Star Command. I've discovered a new planet. Jesse, let's form a search party. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit. We need to transmit a message back to base, Woody. To infinity and beyond. You'll never defeat the Galactic Alliance, Zurg. I am Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit. Let's form a search party, Bo Peep.
Alright, so I think we may have heard all of them. Okay, now for the part we've all been waiting for. Let's see if they have any new phrases when they talk to each other. Alright, so you're going to need to put them 6 to 8 inches apart. Make sure that their sensors are facing each other, which Buzz's sensor is the Star Command logo, which looks really nice. It's very nicely hidden in there, and then Woody's sensor is very obviously, awkwardly, and gaudily this big rectangle right in the center of his belly. So, alright, then you're going to need to press each one's button one time, one after the other. So here we go.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Woody, let's form a search party. Buzz, run as fast as you can!
Wow, that didn't really relate.
There's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go. Thanks, Buzz. That was fantastic.
What?
Come on. Time to fly.
What?
Are you ready for a great adventure? Woody, keep an eye out. You never know when danger will strike. Well then, let's find out together.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Star Command, come in, Star Command. I have discovered a new planet. Buzz, glad you're here. We need your help. We need to transmit a message back to base, Woody.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. It seems like some of the phrases make sense and some of them don't.
Hey, howdy, hey, I'm Sheriff Woody. Woody, grab your lasso. Let's go. Buzz, run as fast as you can. Howdy, little partner. I'm Sheriff Woody. Woody, come on. Time to fly. I can't do this without you, Buzz. Ready, Space Rangers? All systems are go. Well then, let's find out together. Woody, let's form a search party.
It's interesting. Like, some of them are random and some of them are supposed to go together. It's like, they sort of tried and then didn't quite get there. But I still am super in love with the concept, so I guess I'm okay with it, even though, honestly, it's not the best that it was done. Some of the phrases make sense as conversations. Some of them it's just like, oh, you got a random phrase that was thrown in there. Cool. So I don't really know. And I don't know a lot about the programming of this or how that works to make it do everything that it does, but I feel like there was probably a better way that they could have figured out how to make the conversations make a little more sense. So that's the only other thing I would have changed. And then, of course, you know, all these details that were missing on Woody makes this so depressing. Interestingly, Buzz Lightyear doesn't have his utility belt in this one, which I thought was kind of odd. I would have loved to have seen Andy written on the bottom of both of their feet, but I guess maybe they weren't sure what to do, if they wanted to do Andy or Bonnie, but either one written on their feet would have been cool. Of course, all of the details that were always missing on the posable Woody would have been neat. And then, you know, for their phrases to make a little more sense together. But overall, I think they're really cool figures. I love that they're in scale to one another. This is the 7-inch scale figures, but they're not all 7 inches. I want to say Woody's like 9 inches. And Buzz, I don't know. I'm really bad at judging measurements visually, so I'm not really sure, but I want to say that the Woody is 9 inches from other listings and things that I've seen online, so if that gives you kind of an idea. He's a little taller than the 7, and Buzz is a little shorter. Maybe he's like 6 inches or something. I don't remember exactly, but there you go. Let me know what you guys thought of these down in the comments below. Are you guys collecting any of these? Will you collect any? Which ones do you have? Which characters would you like to see them make? Let me know down in the comments below and we can start a conversation. Also, if you enjoyed what you saw today, and you haven't had a chance yet, please do click that red subscribe button down below. It's completely free for you guys, and it really does help support us and encourage us to keep making more awesome videos like this one, so please do that. Right now, it is greatly appreciated. Alright, until next time, have a great time playing. Bye.